What is good, y'all? P Valley episode 4. Whoa, okay. Definitely enough going on here. First off, welcome if you are catching me for the very first time. Kick back, relax. If you're not, you already know what's up. You already know what to do. So, without further ado, let's get into this episode. Not the spending my all my divorce settlement money lady back in the pink, spending all her money. But at the same time, baby girl is the health inspector and shuts the pink down for 24 hours. And if they don't get it together in 24 hours, they're going to be shut down like permanently, like even longer than that. First off, Toy, how you out here? Okay, your allergies. All right, cool. You have allergies. You ain't even got on a mask. Then you go and you start taking off her mask. And then you hit a haul off sneeze where I like they were the worst. They were the worst for slowing this down and showing literally how germs easily like I was literally cringing as I was watching it myself. Like that was the absolute worst. Like I was like, ew. Shorty was like, was good, but went off. So it had me like, okay, clearly, like, was you here to to really like enjoy yourself, or was you really here on like some secret like undercover like type drink? Because I need something to drink because my throat is plenty dry tonight. Like, where is my drink? Like, but y'all, so what was she on? It don't even matter because at that point, even if I was there to enjoy myself, the moment that you took, you sne- I was over. I was done. Like there is nothing that Toy can do to make up for that. Like so they have so much stuff to get up to code, to get back into whatever. And like first off, of course, they operating at over 50%. Not even mind you the people not wearing a mask, the strippers not all wearing the mask, and then they all fighting getting into it because roulette is being called out for, that other little side job that that she was doing or whatever, whatnot. But oh, clearly she can handle hers. Like she beat Shorty like it was over here doing some little fighting moves or whatever, whatnot. Like what the big L call it, like the Dragon Palace or something like that. I don't know. Whatever that it was, because he pulled her up trying to calm her down, needed to chill. And that's when she, opened up that basically she learned how to do the moves or whatever from her brother or whatever or whatnot. And, he tried to, slide her, some little wisdom on the tip, because at the same time, she like, bro, if you gonna fire me, fire me. He was like, what I'm gonna fire you for? Like, clearly, all you was doing was fighting, but at the same time, maybe what Shorty said was true or whatever, whatnot, because why you getting so hostile? Like, why you getting so hot? And she's like, well, what was you and Eminem over here doing? So then it's kind of like they got like a one up on each other that's, enough to keep a little secret on for the time being or whatever or whatnot. So nonetheless, they over here working with that, and Clifford updated baby girl Mercedes on, what's been going on. They catch Higo. It's only just as last episode we were just getting into Andre talking about running. Here go past the Patrice Woodbine. Here go Patrice self. She gonna run for mayor. Y'all, this is about to be some mess. Because we know Andre's already talking about running for mayor. And then in the end, they basically, he done left. Tydell done left that boy the house over his own kids, his own blood, whatever. This one little lock just be doing whatever. I need to get it fixed. But he then skipped over everybody and gave that boy something. Okay, it's just me. Do we not think that there could be something a little bit more there? Like, was he that much invested? Was him, and his godson, which is like, it's not, that's cool if what it was, but You had you put your whole family out to, and it's kind of like maybe he kind of knew like this would happen. Like he knew that Andre was gonna in some way step up to the plate and was going to, and maybe that was like what it was about. Like I don't know, like that was crazy though. Like I don't like I'm like maybe that was like a last minute decision. Maybe I don't know. For all we know, that could have been the whole thing from the get go. What if Andre is like really his son? I don't really think so. I don't think they're gonna twist it up and slide it up like that. I think that might be a little bit too much. But at the same time, while they over here looking, getting the news that Patrice, Mercedes' mom is going to be running for mayor, she get a text from Coach that because she skipped out, had to skip out real quick, because she had to handle the stuff with her daughter. So he like, you need to come back, finish that up, whatever. I'm gonna be back by this time or whatever, whatnot. So what's crazy is what I noticed is that Mercedes looked like that she is rethinking like this whole situation, like that she may not even this is more than what not even more than what like she had bargained for, but I don't know, just if it's even worth it or whatever or whatnot. Like it don't seem like she's as open to it as she was at first. I mean, it really obviously seemed like she in it, for the money, but it's like, dang, like I don't know. Something more going on there, whatever, whatnot. But either way, when she get there, of course, Coach ain't there yet. It's just the wife Farrah there, and Farrah's like, "Oh, my bad," like, 'cause of course, like Mercedes come up in there, like nothing under her little trench coat, take that drink off, like Coach, get that sexy little stance or whatever, whatnot, and no, well, no Coach there, just Farrah, and Farrah played it off like, oh, things is cool, I just came here to pick up some stuff, whatever, whatever, whatever. So he actually ends up calling her while Mercedes is there. She plays it cool, has a conversation with him, whatever, whatever, but gets distracted because Mercedes goes and gets on that pole. And one thing about it, when Mercedes get on that pole, it's mesmerizing to the eyeballs, okay? Like, baby, like, she couldn't even talk to Coach no more, okay? She couldn't even talk to her husband because she was so mesmerized by what Mercedes was doing. So next thing you know, Mercedes look and she's taking pictures of her or whatnot. She's like, them NDAs y'all had me sign said no, basically no public appearances, no photos, like whatever, whatever. She's like, we can, just keep this between us, y'all. I knew that some form of chemistry or something was going to form between them outside of the coach or whatever whatnot, and both of them admitting that it was their first time, basically I guess like having a threesome or just having experience, but most likely with a woman or whatever or whatnot. So for it to, I knew it was going to happen again. And of course, it was going to happen right then and there. So they're getting all close and intimate. And she ends up, getting Farrah to get up on the pole and trying to teach her how to do a little something. And they end up dancing or whatever, something like that. I think Farrah was just talking about how she can't twerk or whatever, she can't dance or whatever, whatnot. And Mercedes ends up showing her like your twerk muscle, which I didn't even know you had, but I guess I didn't really need to even. I was having an issue with it because the girl can twerk just fine. So that of course ends up in basically like we already know what's up. Farrah will turn that tank tank all up, like get that thing. Like I was like, ooh, 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 is that what's going on? Is that what we doing? Fair, fair. All right, girl. So y'all, it's I think what and then yo to wait and then for basically it ended up coming out. That's what it was before they ended up getting it in. Farrah had admitted that basically Coach wasn't coming because that's what she ended up coming out her mouth saying something like offensively or whatever whatnot. Like basically she had ended up like crying or getting emotional or whatever whatnot. She was like, "Sorry, I just never expected to like do this in front of a stripper or whatever whatnot." Mercedes quick with it. She was like, first off, like but look who naked right now. Like, don't even like, come on, sis. Like, so she ends up telling her that, she was the one that had reached out to her, and she was basically, she is mesmerized, like, basically, by Mercedes. Like, she's like, I've never met a woman like you. I've never met a woman like you who can, like, hold their weight. And Mercedes like, girl, I fall sometimes. Like, it ain't even, basically, like, all that, like, what it seems or whatever or whatnot. And that, you know is what's forming into, like, that intimacy, between them, and it going that far. But Mercedes, waking up, Farrah not being there, money on the table, and again, she got that look like, I don't know if this is it. I don't know if she want to do this. That's real interesting to see, how that's gonna play out as far as, like, that whole situation, with the, whether she's gonna stay in this, for the, for this money, or, what's gonna go, like, what is the coach gonna say when he find out? Because of course, I don't think it's gonna. I don't know. He gonna like it, but at the same time, I don't know if he gonna like it. Like it. Like, I don't. I don't know, y'all. We gonna see. Obviously, like, what man wouldn't like it? But at the same time, she, Mercedes not there for his wife. Mercedes is there for the coach. Like, so, I don't know. I'm definitely ready to see this unravel. So, all that's going on or whatever or whatnot, and of course, even in the midst of, them being, taking real life stuff in the perspective in this series or whatever whatnot. So there's COVID, and then of course there is the black violence and black brutality, against us from the police or whatever or whatnot. And obviously, what's baby girl name, Roulette, ends up getting, triggered by that situation. And Tika is really, like, bothered and triggered, by this situation, like, to the degree, like, him and Rome obviously are already have, like, a different perspective on, what's going on. So he's Tika's fixated on what's happening, and they're trying at the same time, like, bro, like, stop watching that. And then on the end, Roman's like, well, what did he do? What did he do? He had to do something. So boom, there's the automatic trigger right there. So all the while that's happening, uh, Gizzo is, wow, is that her name? I always want to call her Gizzo. I don't know why we want to be calling her Gizbo. Gidget. That's what it is. Gidget. So Gidget is, then pop back up on the scene. Like, you see how they did, like, switched up characters. That definitely, like, Coach definitely is different. Gidget, I think she's different. I don't remember Gidget looking like that. I don't know. Maybe they made her look, that don't look like the first Gidget. So anywho, of course, Rome, be coming out all the stops or whatever. What they, he doing good managing, Keyshawn. Now Wody, we can't say the same, for little murder or whatever. It's not, not exactly happening. He's not getting his little deals or whatever, whatnot, but it's okay. So Gidget is here, just for the ride, just for, like, a little moment, like, whatever. Like, but at the same time, it's kind. I don't really know. It's kind of like for what? Like for what? Just so that she can be the white girl that is oblivious to what's going on, and not understand, like, her, like, her, y'all get what I'm saying, like, because I'm totally, like, having a brain fart, like, her privilege, like, what was the point of bringing Gidget back for? It was pointless to me. Like, I really don't understand, like, just to, like, try to, like, I don't really get it. But so anyway, so they're riding in the car, and that's what I'm just saying, just like they're just having moments or whatever where Gidget is just missing the whole point, of things. Tika is completely, stuck in, what's happening, and wanting to hear about what's going on. And that's what it is. I don't think it's Tika. I think it's just Tika. Sarah, that thing, I know y'all was like, Ashley, what? Teak is, it's Teak, not Tika. It's Teak. I've been, shoot me nobody out. But okay, y'all got it. Y'all with me though. Y'all already know what's up. Y'all already know what's up. So That's y'all. These fools, these fools, absolutely get into a whole like so. All right, pause. So they get into it, in the car, having words or whatever about it. Teak wants to hear what about listen to what's happening on the radio, but it ends up basically. I think Gidget ends up switching up the station and like the little other little DJ from they used to, the other little DJ or whatever is on the radio, and she ends up calling him up. They're like, "Yo, like you on the radio? We all in the car on the tour, like whatever you on the radio." He like, "Yo, like I've been telling Murder he need to send me this this feature or whatever or whatnot." And now Woody wouldn't be like, "Yeah, oh don't worry, he gonna get you that feature. He gonna get you that feature." So, again, trying to just shift up the mood, whatever, whatever. They're going to turn up when they get to the hotel, whatever, whatever. But at the same time, now it's being told with all that's going on with, you know, um, with the police brutality or whatever or whatnot, they have chosen to, of course, the rioters, people are rioting, they stuck on the highway, and the mayor's been like basically like you have curfew, so basically that's going to now ruin their show that they now have coming up or whatever or whatnot. So again, a moment where Miss Gidget here just misses the moment, and Keyshawn had to check her, like, look, no, that's it's not it, not the time. Just turn up the radio and like just be quiet. So boom, when they get back to the room, Teak is still consumed in it, watching the TV. And once I get it, like once he sat down and really started, talking to Lil Murda about it, his feelings or whatever. It's like, it's basically like a fear or whatever. It's like what they did there is like they broke it down in a man's vulnerable state, a black man's vulnerable state of, how they look at us and how they see us. And it's so to the point that they don't want us. Like, yo, it really that his what he said, it really was just like yo, like that's exactly how it seems like what it is or whatever or whatnot. So either way, like of course, he's saying stuff. He of course or whatever. What is it? Oh boy, wrong. Of course, talking smack. Well, he had to do something because the police were called, and they end up like almost basically like about coming to blows. You know, Gidget ends up jumping into it, and I'm like, girl, like first off, this man is going off the chain. One thing is he could have easily knocked you the out. Don't be trying to jump in there. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Girl, he will not out. Stop playing. Why is you playing? Y'all better stop. Don't be out here acting like y'all can beat up a man or that, oh cause he's a man, oh he ain't going okay. Okay. Men snap too. Just like women snap, men snap too. Stop playing. Don't be out here playing with no man, trying no man, and then you gonna be out here screaming wolf and wanting to goddamn call the police on him when you low key provoked. Okay, so stop playing. So she popping off, whatever. Sean over here basically look like she over here having PTSD. She's crying, she's upset, and so Wody does end up like getting him away, and he ends up going like to the room where Lil Murda is basically practicing, working on his song or whatever or whatnot. I just they was right. They was right, dog. Because basically, what happened was somebody got a clip, an early clip of what was of this future of this episode before it had aired or whatever, whatnot, and that's how they got the drop on. But yes, clearly in the pen, when Lil Murda looked at that boy thing when he was using the bathroom, I was like, oh shit, oh god. And secondly, before I even get on this as well, I had heard about the episode before I had even saw it. And honestly, I was expecting their scene to be so much more than what it was based on. Sorry, y'all. I love y'all. I love my friends, but some of y'all made. I was really expecting like a full on like. I don't know. I don't like it won't even all that. And I guess other people, people on social media, like I guess, you see other people's reaction. Yes, Trinise, Don't ask me why Journey's still up, y'all, because it's 12 o'clock at night right now. Like, yeah, don't ask me. So we're going to get through this. Act like y'all didn't hear her. You might not have heard her. You might have barely heard her. So either way, like, this is what's happening, y'all, in this show. If you're not going to be able to get with it, like, then it's just what it is. The show's not for you. It doesn't bother me. The scene didn't bother me, honestly. Like, it just was what it was. So anyway, just getting back to it, like, I was like, oh God, like, this is really happening. Like, they were right. Something they were more than just like, oh yeah, they were bunk buddies, all right. They were bunk buddies, and it was like basically, especially when they woke up the next morning, and Teak was up at that window, and that boy had the postcard, and he was like, "Who the fuck's Cliff?" I was like, "Oh, oh, y'all in full on like that's full on like relationship like mode. Like he is mad about that thing. Like he was like, you ain't never sent me no postcard." I was like, oh no, y'all gonna have to explain this. Y'all gonna have to go back to this. I was like, oh, this is like full on relationship and you cheated. He is, man. I almost thought that he was left, but he just, just left the room or whatever, whatnot. But that thing, I was like, okay, I need to, they were right. They were right, man. I was like, nah, they won't, they won't, it's another type of love. Nah, Ash, yeah, man, dang, man. I ain't see that one coming. I ain't see that one coming. But alright, anywho, getting back to the PYNK, because like I said, they got 24 hours, to get the PYNK back open. No, that was another thing. I did not like how Keyshawn now, like, trying to admit, like, okay, you coming up, you doing good, but don't even, like, you got started from the PYNK. Don't be, like, trying to, like, shit on them now and, like, talk, oh, was they always this ghetto? Was it da 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 da? I ain't like it. I don't like that. Like, Keyshawn, you about to not be like one of the people that I like off just like stuff like that. Like, I don't like it. So I be worried too. I was like, how in the world they gonna get this stuff together in 24 hours or whatever or whatnot? And so Big L come through. Of course, his people. This, this what's the guy name? The Eminem guy, as what's the name? Call him. What's her name? Roulette, call him come through, with like, was he Jamaican or African? I think they were African. Either way, I could be getting it all wrong because it could have been. Let me just not even, basically come through, with some more help to basically like get this place done. The girls come, they helping or whatever or whatnot. Like they all like really pitching in or whatever. Till that mayor gets again puts again the mayor here and Chuckalisa decides that he's going to, put a curfew down or whatever or whatnot. So at the same time, Clifford's like, y'all can stay, but some of the girls like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. I'm going to chuck the deuces, and of course as well now they're watching what's going on, and that's when we kind of like get to see, kind of like understand why Roulette is like the way she is and that hard exterior, her feeling some type of way about what happened to with the protests and all that's going on while everybody's protesting and all that. I feel like basically it's like the George Floyd situation is what's happening, in the episode or whatnot. And she basically tells oh boy that her brother was basically, I think, basically killed by an officer because they were saying that he had a gun, like as well or whatever or whatnot, and how they get away, all the time. They get away with stuff like that all the time or whatever or whatnot. And but the PYNK, I don't know, y'all. The PYNK ain't gonna be ready. The PYNK is not gonna be ready. The PYNK is not gonna be ready. The PYNK is not gonna be ready. Um, Gidget goes on about her business, and I don't know. I like Rome, even though I like him to the degree of I just really did not like the whole point of like but I guess it was just necessary, I guess, to get Gidget back in this episode to like to prove like the whole, just to kind of like bring in the whole side of like this stuff, what this stuff brings out or whatever or whatnot. And that's why I'm not even really going to get it much into it, because that's whew, I could really go on with that. And then it's just like I only want to, because I just didn't like it. I just don't like the fact they brought it back on here just to do that. If that was the case, that's my opinion of basically what's happening. That's my reaction it's my reaction to the show. So, um, what else is going down? I don't know. I feel like though Rome, like he gonna hold her down. I think he gonna. I feel like he really gonna hold, Keyshawn down or whatever or whatnot. But let me tell you the slick thing, because of course it's coming out basically that Autumn is staying at the PYNK or whatever, whatnot, all the while she's lying to people about where she's been staying at. So Corbin, of course, has slid through to offer her now 1 million, for the PYNK or whatever or whatnot. Though she declines the offer in his face, talking about basically like, well, that lets me know that still, basically the PYNK is worth more. When Andre, who, oh my gosh, y'all, how was I almost ready to forget this? Andre goes home to basically, talk to his wife, who, mind you, her dad offered him a job that he nicely declined, but he goes home to tell her and to get her permission to run for mayor in Chucalissa, only to catch his wife blowing down a coworker in his home. And when Andre tried to take that guy, I mean, for a second, I didn't think he was, but at the same time, it was like, oh, you possibly think about doing this? You possibly think you did this? What we doing? This I was, y'all. I did not. I was like, no, that is. I was like, no. First off, when she was moaning, when he came in and she was moaning, I was like, she up there getting it in with a toy, like whatever, whatever. No, girl was like giving the boy the. I was like, no. And then what made it worse is she don't believe in that man. She don't believe in that man, and for real, that's enough for him just to be like, boom, we can chuck this can be done. Like when he told her what was up and what was going on, she laughed in that man's face and told that man that he was not gonna win. And I was like, bitch, no you didn't. No you did not. You did not. You did not. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Ashley. She sure did. She sure did. I was like, So, of course, what did he do? He come running back, and he run back to Autumn. And Autumn, oh stupid self, is literally having a conversation about what's really going on, what she really planned on doing with the PYNK, what her real plans was. Like, girl is a real schemer. I told y'all for one that she would sell the PYNK at the drop of a dime. She out here telling Andre all the while Clifford listening to her conversation on the other side of the wall or whatever or whatnot. And she talking about, that basically Corbin came through and that, she told him no and told him no, that you don't need to tell him that I'm taking his offer, but I can't keep this open for much longer. And basically that was her whole plan the whole time. That's why she brought it up the front, because she knew it was worth something, and they both was offering that basically promised land, and both Corbin was, basically they was all offered, like, y'all, it was like, I knew this skanky heifer. I knew, y'all. I'm like, why they ain't jump her? Why they ain't just go in and jump her? Why they ain't just go ahead and jump her? And then was she seeing Montavious, like, or at least she thinking she's seeing him, and all of a sudden when she walked away to go open the, see who was at the door, Montavious popping up was is that's right, Diamond had even came back to help, to even get the PYNK back up. And was he having PTSD, or was he really seeing something like crazy spiritual voodoo? Like, what was going on with that? Maybe because he was like seeing water. Maybe it was PTSD. Maybe he was seeing things. Maybe he was. I don't. Y'all, what is going on? That Montavious is back. That he is not like We dealing with Montavious. We dealing with the shutdown of the PYNK. We dealing with, how did dealing with Autumn trying to sell the PYNK or whatever or whatnot. What is Mercedes going to do? We know for right now, Mercedes' little issues of whether she want to continue to keep, messing with the coach, for this money, keep her sponsor, at this point. She need to hook her sister up. Like, pass him to my way. I can use it. Okay, I can use that. I'm playing with y'all, but I'm serious. I'm playing, but I'm serious. But so like, y'all. All right, look. Next week, be back here. If you're one of my newcomers, if you made it this far, definitely, I hope you enjoyed this video. Keep watching some videos, see if you like a girl, and if so, you already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. But other than that, I'm out of here. See y'all for Basketball Wives. Later, y'all.